he constructs his team like slowly through the years, and now it's one of the top team of Europe, of France. It's amazing what they achieve. The ambience, the atmosphere is exceptional.
And there's never a spare seat at Marcel de Flandre.
Nah. I heard something like the waiting list for the lodge for the partners is like can wait for years to have one.
It's crazy. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. This is a rugby city, and ever since they came up from the Pro D2, nearly a decade ago now, they are very much embedded in the top flight and providing us with some wonderful rugby, of course, led by Ronan O'Gara and his crew. There's that man, Paul Boudehon. From the Loire Valley, we get this clash on its way with La Rochelle taking the high ball. Beautifully taken there by Cancorier.
Good pressure from Capuzzo too on the tackle.
Toure Kerbalo wearing the number 9 on his back tonight. And there's the exit kick, takes them up, but not out of their own half.
Yeah, it's well done by Toulouse. Like good kick, good chase by Capuzzo, and now they got the ball back. Like quick line out. Toulouse is trying to put some rhythm into the game straight away.
Baptiste Germain getting the ball out as Guitoun. Guitoun gets the ball out wide, and it's being picked up there by Betonayate. You've got to watch out for him. Malia's very fast and has got wonderful footwork. Big charge from the big number 8 Willis. And Netty tries to burrow his way into this La Rochelle defence. Germain goes once again. The inside pass, but it was a little bit forward. And it will be a scrum for La Rochelle.
Yeah, and straight into the game we saw with this first line out, a team of Toulouse who wants to put some pace into the game. Like quick line out, quick execution, try to look for the edge with that man like Butinata, and him again fly away from his wing like an inside solution but forward pass.
Hugo Mola, the man in charge of this Toulouse side, off the back of that victory over Toulon last weekend. Got into a nice little wrestle, but they finally managed to get themselves away and just underline, you know, how good they are. Fully capable of going ahead and getting the points. Playing at the Stadium, of course, which was one of the stadiums used for the Rugby World Cup. Kerbalo sets the scrum up.
Oh, watch out, Antonio with his right knee on the ground.
Yeah, they got the penalty there.
I quite disagree with the ref decision, even if we never discussed the ref decision. But for me, I saw that Winnie Antonio has his right knee on the ground first and then collapsed. Yeah, he's been wrestling against like the back row, Toulouse back row, push on the lucid prop. It's a little bit of a trick that you learn when you're like, because of course the lucid prop has his hips outside, so you push not on this side but on the other side. You push on the hips when you're back row, push on the hips of the lucid prop to push a little bit on the ribs, try to.
And it forces the buckle, right?
Exactly.
Here's Boudehon, perfect. Brother now playing for Stade Francais, of course, the centre.
It is a very good defense, very good ball defense from Toulouse.
Yeah, they've really put the cat amongst the pigeons there, haven't they? It's Wadi who's playing scrum half, gets the ball out, picked up by Boudehon, trying to hand off some of the big boys there with Joshua Brennan bringing him down finally. Kerbalo using the forwards. Into the contact zone they go. Suteni trying to just increase that acceleration into the defensive line. Kerbalo, little change of direction. Wadi's there. A little bit of counter-rucking. Is that Willis? Willis is such a menace. You can take that, says Monsieur Ludovic Kerr.
It is a very good defense from Toulouse. Starting with this maul that La Rochelle tried to put. After a few phases, we could see that the attack of La Rochelle went back and went back again.
And that would be the clearance kick there coming from Hugo Rus. He's got a wonderful kick on him. I mentioned that at the start. He'll be definitely one of the key players who will be trying to work his magic and play the territory game for Toulouse. Kept in by Malia. Little chip over the shop. Made safe contact in the air on Carballo. The referee seems to be okay with it. But you can see that there's Dylan Leds is down on the ground. I think he just got hit.
Yeah, a little with the big
teammate,
man.
I think.
Yeah, he got hit by big men like Butignata on a kind of a counteract. But you can see Nevirek, Willis, such a poison. Him and Marchand would be a big threat for La Rochelle attack tonight.
Seems to be okay. There's the Carballo.
There's a good kick. A little bit too deep. Well done. Oh,
look at the handoff. That is fantastic stuff from Paul Grau. Tries to kick the ball over the top. Leds is there, and he's got a little bit of cover. You want to make that safe, get rid of it. Absolutely. Under so much pressure there from the number 9, who's been just following and observing no one else but the recently dethroned World Player of the Year, Antoine Dupont. Perfect player to actually observe and just pick up a few skills.
He is the perfect example of the fake B team of Toulouse, because that man Grau, every time he plays in replacement of Dupont, he's been such an amazing player. He's actually one of the Dupont best mate, because they came from the same region. They played together. Him, Gelange, Aldritz, Bourgarit, they're all big friends for a long, long time. And every time he plays, when Dupont is not here, it's very good, very interesting player.
Little bit of tape around the head. Oh, it's a big drive. This is wonderfully done. And can they? Oh, it's been going close towards the touch line, and will be a penalty taken very quickly, but not on the mark. Mr. Kerr not happy with that, and blowing the whistle.
Yeah.
And we'll go back to where he called the penalty. Need to get back in a position. It was very smart for the number 9 to actually, you know, just get that moving very quickly.
If only he could have played that quick penalty on the right spot, would be a big threat. Will they go again? Hey, you can see, yeah. Would they go for the line-up on the corner? Hey, it's interesting also, like the maul has been good. And the way La Rochelle for 2-3 years, they have a, oh yeah, it's quite high. They have a certain way to defend the maul. You'll see the big boys in front, Antonio and Skelton. They want you to jump in front, and they turn the players through the line out. But has been perfectly constructed. You can see they always try to shift the maul, but now well done by...
Oh, that's good. Look at Big Will Skelton doing the business there. He did manage to get his grapple hooks on a couple of the players. He's held it up perfectly.
Finish. It is finished.
Is that going to come out? It's not going to come out, and that works an absolute treat. And there's a lot of smiles within the pack there, of course, because they realised that. You know, was a perfect success, wasn't it? The defensive.
And they always do this. They want you to jump in front, because, of course, Skelton won't be a threat in the air. They want you to jump in that area, and then you try to build the maul through Antonio and Skelton, try to literally open you through the lineouts, and it works. 9 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no, it's interesting, isn't it? Because they're quite open in their body position, so they're not actually going to compete, but they know that the moment that the player hits the deck, you know, he's got his arm, his tentacles are out, but they're not tentacles, are they? They're like sort of, you know, giant squid arms.
And the thing that you do on the next line out, you want to bring them all, like build them all at the back, but this is where they have the threats in the air, and you can lose the ball.
Carballo feeds it in. Boudehon is at the back. He's off the back. Tries to get away, brought down by Choco Barres. Carballo, that's high. Well, it's going to be a penalty, and I think that he realises that. So he's under a little bit of pressure here because he made that tap a little bit off the position where they had the penalty. He got a little bit sort of dazed with the hit.
He's on tilt, like we say, a little bit.
And now he finds himself in a situation where he's just. He's met his match with Carvalho just around the fringes of the scrum, as we saw, and finally grabbing his neck and giving away a penalty. This battle is going to be interesting for the next 70. Just look at that tussle.
And that was fun to hear, like, Hugo Mona said, Hugo, du calme, Paul, sorry, Paul, du calme. Like she said a little bit, and you can have a look. Oh, yeah, it is quite high. And it's also interesting to see in every ruck, Willis, what he does in every ruck is such a poison.
There's the line out, perfectly taken there, nicely done. And wonderfully worked there with the big man, just making sure Thomas Lavaux will be very instrumental for this La Rochelle line out. Look at this, heading in the right direction. Need to be careful they don't bring it crashing down, still in possession. Look where they go up to the halfway line. Good opportunity here, and there's Hugo Rurs just backing up into this Toulouse. An offside position here. Dylan Led's little chip over the top. It's nice and neat. It's gone a little bit too far. Or has it? That is absolutely sensational. But Brice Dulin smashed into touch, and we'll go back to the penalty. Great hit there from Setariki Bertoniniatia. He just made sure that he wasn't going to get away with that, Brice Dulin.
Yeah. 5 blancs, on se laisse glisser et on vient plaquer le joueur.
Yeah, Pulov Fasalele was the player who's been picked out for that because he collapsed the driving maul. And what a great maul it was.
That was a very good maul, like quite dynamic. They built it quite quickly. They went forward also quite quickly, and then when the maul went forward, and in 2-3 seconds, it's quite hard to stop it at the end. You need to be very good in defense because it's always the same. If you try to compete the ball in the air, of course, you won't be on the ground first to stop the ball. So it's a choice you have to make. It's kind of a gamble, like you say. Yeah, what a good kick.
Line out for La Rochelle in their own 22. Goes over the top, Lespiok, this time Lavaux. Players coming in, left, right and centre. Lespiok at the back, always been collapsed. I wonder if there's a penalty. Yes, there is. Picked up there by Wadi. Wadi, where's he going to go? Well, he's a little bit stranded there. He needs a bit of support. Willis doesn't go down. Carvalho back into the thicket. Picked up by Big Will Skelton. No one stops him. The human bulldozer just knocking out players, but no real advantage there. We'll just go back to the original penalty position. And I wonder if they'll go for 3 or they'll go for the corner.
It's been 2 mauls in a row. That's been good. And on the previous round, comparing to the one before, they decided Toulouse not to jump and to wait on the ground to defend the maul. But the power of La Rochelle maul is so destructive, and you can see they go for the corner. They want to impose their strength again. La Rochelle, they've been struggling since the beginning of top 14. They want to send a big message to the camp. We're back. Watch out.
And it's important for them because, they just haven't managed to produce the goods, have they? It's been complicated for them. Let's see what Lespiok does. Lespiok nicely taken there by Budahent. Well, he's been hit before he's actually hit the ground, and that's the reason why we've got an advantage. That hand is there, let go of it, and it's going to be a yellow card. The whistle's been blown. You've got to come over there and see Mr. Kerr, because enough is enough. It's either a warning or a yellow card.
Ouais, non, il y a 3 sur mal d'affilée. Là, il y a votre 4 qui franchit la ligne de remise en jeu, encore un early drive.
There you go. It's your third. He said it's the 4th, and Julien Marchand said it's the 3rd. But anyway, warning. So the next time you know that it'll end with a yellow card, and it is, of course, that man there, the big flanker Joshua Brennan, who's on the referee's radar.
Like his dad was. All his career?
All of his career. Actually commentated a game with him down in Old Trevor, down in Toulouse. Wonderful character. Wonderful character indeed. Lots of stories, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Here we go. Lesbiot once again. Lavo, it's working well. Look how well organised this driving maul is. As soon as they start to shift into the gears, they're super dangerous. They're moving now, and they're using the big boys. This is going all the way. Look at this! Absolutely sensational. That's a penalty try. 7 points. And I think that the yellow card will come out because of that collapsed driving maul. We'll see what Mr. Kerr's got to say. But first of all, 7 points for La Rochelle. It's the perfect scenario. A great team effort there coming from the set piece and the yellow card dished out. And it goes to that man, Joshua Brennan.
Yeah, we were expecting this. Like, it's been 3 mauls in a row. Very productive from La Rochelle, and they went for the corner again. And that young kid, he was in the radar of the referee. We saw that Toulouse line out. Once again, they waited on the ground to defend the maul. The maul has been constructed properly. The defense was in position too, but was all of question of power. We saw the power of La Rochelle's maul slowly distract the defense of Toulouse. And there's a good call from the ref on that occasion.
No complaints from the Toulouse side. Cancorier trying to rip himself away. It's a good strong tackle there coming in from that man, Sofiane Guitoun.
The thing is, I understand the option maybe to have a good bench, but when you play a team like La Rochelle with Skelton, how can you not pick a player on a standing heel like Meafou? You need to have that weapon against that weapon. Otherwise, you're going to be struggling.
Meafou potentially playing for the French team during the Six Nations when Fabien Galtier decides to, well, choose his squad in well, next couple of weeks, I imagine.
When you have the possibility to have such a player playing with you.
But you do have Sébastien Vahamahino, who's retired, so I mean, you know, you've got a player who comes in to replace a player, just a younger version of basically the same model.
I would say a little bit bigger.
Meafou's a bit bigger than Vahamahino?
Yeah, he's kind of Will Skelton type of second row.
He is colossal, Remy, there's no doubt about that.
He's the type of player that in France we need to compete against teams like South Africa, for instance.
5. Le point d'entrée est bon, il n'y a pas de souci, on peut pas écrouler.
Will Skelton coming in at the right place into the maul, but collapsing it finally. And it gives Baptiste Germain the chance to just try and send the ball into the stands and just find a good spot in the corner. Not too bad, just on the edge of the 22. Teddy Thomas, Greg Aldrich, and some 5-star subs ready to come on and make their entrance. George-Henri Colombe, and of course Tolu Latu, former Stade Francais hooker, who's resurfaced La Rochelle.
Played his first game last week against Stade Francais and scored his first try.
It's unbelievable, right?
Oh, yeah, and there's, I think it's Boudéan is on the ground. Favre or Boudéan, struggling.
Alban Plessine getting the ball out. There's Rodrigue Netti, and digging for the ball, Paul Grau. Trying to get the ball out, using the forwards down the left-hand side, or should I say Setariki Betoniata. A good defensive position here for La Rochelle. They go again, and a good opportunity to try and get the ball out. They have numbers if they can get it out, but a lot of players that have been sucked in, and Big Will Skelton getting involved on there. Now if they can get the ball out, they've got a great opportunity to try and score. Ball comes out, Malia into the hands of Choco Barres, the Argentinian connection. And look at this cover play. Baptiste Germain absolutely stranded there. And it's a penalty going for La Rochelle. Souteni slowed it down. And then, of course, when Bottia's around, you know that he's going to go there and make the jackal.
It wasn't perfectly played from Toulouse because it's been 2-3 phases. They could have played out wide like this. They waited and they play against into the traffic, into the big guns like Antonio. But we saw that Skelton was the last man to defend on 2-3 phases. If only they could play quicker. Yeah, and it's Favre. I think hit in the cheek probably.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a squint in that right eye. Just look at this. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see. Yeah, that's left elbow of Choco Barres. You will see. Oh, here. straight into the cheek.
And the arms come off, so you've got to be a little bit careful. I'm just saying. I mean, this is where we're at, you know, in protecting rugby players at the moment. But in any case, a poorly bad. It wasn't well managed, that phase of play for Toulouse. They kind of looked a little bit flustered and just lost their direction in the corner. He's such a strong and hard player, isn't he? Favre replaced by Hastoy,
yeah.
Not a bad replacement. It's a fly half who comes on for a centre, of course, but not that it really matters in the professional game. That's how we play anyway.
That's how we play, but it's going to be interesting to see who's going to play on the centre. Would it be Hastoy or Reus? Because Hastoy, like number 10 or number 12, and number 12 and number 10, accept some types of fly half.
No, I would definitely keep Hugo Rus needs to stay in that position because he's lacking the experience that Hastoy has, who's played in the 12 channel before. I would keep the youngster there because he knows that spot and he plays really well. Anyway, who am I? I'm not Ronan O'Gara. I'm not going to be able to call and you know, and speak with that wonderful franglais that he speaks, you know, with a couple of
Irish accent.
Extra words that we're not allowed to say on air today. That's what I'm basically trying to say. 19 minutes in, you can see La Rochelle with a 7-0 lead. That's not coming out. And Toulouse get possession there. That's a little victory in the bigger picture.
So far, it's just like a masterclass of mauls. If you like mauls like I do, it's good. But it's true that when we know the potential in attack of those two teams, you can expect them to play a little bit more of a rugby. And Brennan, who's usually more like second row option, play on the back row today.
Teddy Thomas, Greg Aldred, look at getting a lot of applause, of course. They can't wait for this man to come back on. You know, you talk about influential players with great characters, as we see the penalty count with Toulouse really not producing, a little bit poor in the disciplinary department there. But how influential is a player like Gregory Aldred? We'll just get to see when he comes on.
We'll see.
You know, and I think that's all we can say. Is he in the picture? Is he focused? Is he there? We'll see when he makes his entrance. Here we go with Toulouse on the attack. Choco Barres just charging into the defensive line. Gros gets the ball out. Jack Willis this time tries to weave between a couple of players, taking a couple of defenders down at the same time. Oh, it's been stolen. Picks up there, Hastoy, lovely little kick. Is that a 50-22? Is it a 50-22? I think it is. He was just inside, wasn't he? And the linesman's arm indicates that La Rochelle will get the line out. Absolutely stunning.
There is like a game into the game between Willis and Botia. In every ruck, you can see those two.
But also Lavo. It was Lavo who made the tackle there on Bituna Yata. You know, kind of a blind tackle. He didn't see it coming. Dispossessed him, and then afterwards, that's how Hastoy got his hands on it. So great work by the big boys in the ruck. They're the ones who do all of the dirty work that we don't get to see sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. And we can see Jonathan Anti also, who get red carded last week.
Bulgarit, Jack Noel, Paver, Slavi, Argentinian.
Yes, big players out too also.
Oh yeah, big time. Oh, Botia, his lips is just, well, one of the best in the business. There is no doubt about it. For a player who's originally centre, who plays at the back row, and he's a
modern player now, can play backs and forwards too. And we'll see once again. I'm not going to be surprised. It's going to be a more option for La Rochelle.
Canton Lespiac. There it is, perfectly taken. Boudon tries to get the ball out. Oh, it's just been ejected out of his hands. And a great defensive play there from Toulouse. Otherwise, that would have been try number 2.
That was well played, and it was like quite smart in a way. They created the scenario around the maul, like how they had some great mauls. All the you can see Skelton try to bring in Lolala, They were all to defend the maul, and that created space on the blind side.
You know, it's great work because it was Clement Verne who actually just got in the way just as he was trying to make that pass out wide. But, you know, when you're so big, because Boudehon, if you actually look at him, as we see the players who are still out injured, of course, Romain Tomac back training, Costas Retier, Flamand, you know, he's such a big, giant bloke. He's close to the try line. You know, do you just charge through and then try and make the offload?
Definitely.
Because, you know, rather than try and make that pass, you're going to get an extra meter or two because you're not too easy to bring down, right?
And we'll see how Toulouse is going to manage that scrum with one forwards less when we see the power of La Rochelle. The connection between Grau and Willis will be key. You can see like Botignata, an extra man, probably a quick introduction of the ball and try to get the ball away from that scrum quite quickly.
Carvalho quick to get over there. Jack Willis, of course, is the player who just peels off the back and under a little bit of pressure. Big charge there coming in from the giant Pula Fasalele. Needs a bit of protection there, Paul Gros, otherwise the big men are going to get in his way. And let's see how Tchekela's exit kick. It's good enough.
It's okay. It's all right. Yeah. Lucky Willis bring that ball out of the scrum quickly because the pressure came, you can see, from La Rochelle scrum. And every wreck is a battle. Skelton will try to counteract. Botia try to contest to Jackal. It's 6+1 line out with Botia on the +1. Probably a maul again. Oh, yeah, the throw has been
nicely done by Julien Marchand, just tidying things up at the back. Paul Gros gets the ball out to Germain. Germain is Guitoun. He's going to straighten up a little bit. The big man goes straight through the middle. Just caught up and the ball just ripped out, but you can't. You got to release the tackle player. And Guitoun unable to just release the ball. Is Lespiok, who just got tangled up with the big centre.
Yeah, 2 mistakes in a row. Not very clean throw from Lespiok, and on that tackle, you can't rip the ball when you're doing the tackle too, and that will let Brennan coming back onto the pitch right now.
Just one thing, Remy. You know, there's so much onus on the importance of line-out throwing. I mean, you know, is it that complicated?
It is.
Why?
To be honest, it is because first of all, with the kick, it's the only technical thing that you do on the pitch when all the students stop and look at you. So first of all, there's a kind of a pressure. And second of all, there's a timing between the lifters, the jumper, the calls. There's also the pressure from the defense. There's so many things that comes into the same time. You're not the only one. When the line out is not is not clean, it's not only the hooker's fault. But everyone is going to blame the hooker.
Everybody's going to blame the hooker, of course. Lespiok playing an important role in there. Of course, Placine getting caught up and snagged. Lavo's having a very good game, doing a lot of the tough, hard work in the rucks and trying to jackal the ball, just making sure that the ball's not coming out, holding players up. It's he's being an absolute annoyance to this Toulouse pack.
But it would be too easy to say that line-out, it's only a matter of good throw from the hooker. Of course, the hooker's throws must be good, but also like the jumpers, they need to be good in the air. The lifters, the role of the lifters is so important.
Of course, but I just want to know, you know, how many calls are there in a Stade Francais line-out during a game?
Usually, not just Stade Francais, but usually into the game, there must be like
6,
I would say
10?
Like there would be between, I would say, 8 and 15 line-out into the game.
Okay.
Done. But the book, the menu, the bank that you made for a game would be some teams that like to have only like 5 or 6 options, and they repeated it. other teams like to have like 20 options.
20. That's crazy. I mean,
it depends. It depends of the philosophy of the lineup you want.
Sure.
Some teams like to change every game, change every move, the structure and stuff. Other teams, they want to be based on speed, quick execution, so they don't need that many options. It really depends on the philosophy of the line-out coach that you have.
I've tapped into an area of interest, I think, there, Remy.
Yeah. I love it, to be honest. It's like playing chess when you play.
Look at that, beautifully picked up. Belanger doing really, really well. Well, Belanger just getting brought down finally, the youngster. There's Wadi playing number 9 once again. Hastoy tries to kick one down, and it's over the head of Dylan Leds. Can't really do much with that. A good idea. Hand goes up. He knows that that's not ideal.
It's too bad because the job's been made by Belanger was good. It's better and easier option to play after this rather than 2-3 deep passes and that kick.
Yeah, it's great to see Champagne Rugby returning for in the top 14, isn't it?
After 25 mauls in 15 minutes, the backs wanted to play a little bit.
Belanger. There we go. Baptiste Germain kicks it straight down the middle. It's been picked up there. There's the clearance kick from Brice Dulin. That's a really good kick, isn't it? Up to the halfway line. He just floated it. I love that guy because he's clinical. He's very smooth. He senses and he reads situations very well. He knows that when there's a time to run and there's a time to kick, and he knew that he had a couple of meters to sort of get himself in a good position to actually launch the ball and send it into the stands. Really nicely done there from Brice Dulin.
He had it all his career, but the older he gets, the more experienced and more wise he is. So his rugby is very, very clinical.
Is that your wine reference now, Remy, is it?
Exactly.
Okay.
He's that type of player. The older he gets, the best it is.
Here we go. You were talking about cheese next. We can all night if you want. The ball comes out. Oh, it's that big boy once again, Betoniata. And barreling his way into traffic. It's been picked up. Well, this is super dangerous. Scooped up and picked up there by Lespiok. A chance for Brice Dulin to get the ball out. Dylan Leds chucked out wide. Great pass out to Belanger. He goes again. He's got a swashbuckling style about him, this privateer. Takes him up to the 22. Still in possession. Ball's been flung back, and look who picks it up. Boudahon up against Placini. Wins the battle. They continue working really hard. Big boys going into the defensive line. Here's Hugo Rus this time. That's a beautiful pass. Oh, Cancourier.
What
into the
off.
22. Little chip. Oh, it's a brilliant pass. That's surely going to be a try. Well, no, it isn't. Look who's there, Baptiste Germain. And good tackle there coming in from that man, Belanger. But, well, the very sweetly struck kick, you know, dink it behind the defence, could have bounced, it could have fallen kindly. I think Cancourier's just got clobbered a little bit as he managed to untangle himself between the defenders. Capozzo trying to bring down Belanger. Super strong, isn't he, for the youngster?
Yeah. He's a youngster. He's not the biggest player on the pitch, but his activity, his power onto the pitch makes him breaking tackle. And what a hands-off from Cancourier on Netty. Boom! Breaking tackle, but then when he went to the ground, got a little bit injured. And like you mentioned, the diversity of the kicks of La Rochelle, cross kicks, little chip, make the life very hard from Toulouse, especially back three.
Yeah, and Hastoy, I mean, you know, you've got to give him lots of credit. You know, he got himself into that French team, of course, but he didn't really get much time, you know, on the pitch as an opportunity. Very much in a dangerous position here for Toulouse. Souteni smashed down to the ground there by Clément Verne. The ball picked up here. Skelton, no tackle there.
That is perfect tackle from Renan on Skelton.
He just literally rolled down. It's like Donkey Kong, wasn't it? 30 minutes in, and La Rochelle 7 points to the good. Wadi goes in and gets grounded quite quickly. Hugo Rus, good hands are necessary. Look at this man, Boudahon. Bit of a mismatch there on Capozzo.
Such a powerful back row, the La Rochelle.
There was a little bit of obstruction there, but the referee's okay with it. Wadi goes back, Hugo Rus. It's a horrible pass, and it comes out, it slips out of the hands, and it's been picked up here by Butuniata gets past his men. He's still up, he's still going. Finally, the cavalry arrived, picked up by Willis. Willis trying to make it available.
Oh,
there's nothing wrong with that. That is fantastic play from Dylan Leds. He just stuck to him like super glue, didn't he?
Yeah, it's perfect, but then he got stuck into the rock, so in offside position, didn't roll away.
Hugo Mola, the coach of this Toulouse team, just going zhoo, 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 zhoo. No advantage. We'll go back to the penalty.
Yeah,
and I think they'll probably go for the sticks here just to get 3 points on the scoreboard. Bit of frantic, expansive rugby there.
Yeah, they would go, because if they can go to the halftime with the score only 7-3 after the domination and the possession of La Rochelle in this first half, and they got lucky, La Rochelle, because on that type of turnover, Toulouse usually they go to the try. And it was a perfect anticipation from Leeds, as you mentioned, but after on the ground, couldn't roll away, held by Placine, who held him on the ground. Well done by the number 7 of Toulouse.
Straightforward kick here for Baptiste Germain to try and just reduce the areas to 4. Straight down the middle. Well, 25-30 out, I think. Perfectly executed. Toulouse get themselves their first points, 32 minutes in.
Yeah, and it's quite a good operation so far from Toulouse, because when they get dominated like this, after conceding the yellow card, only 7-3, it's quite like Hugo Mola must be, if I can go to the halftime like with this score, I would be happy.
Yeah, because it's difficult to score against La Rochelle if they're playing their defensive game. Good opportunity here with Lespioc just up towards the 22. A good attacking position, that's a good pass. Hugo Rus, where's this going to go to? Well, there's Bottier. Bottier goes into ground warfare big time. Picked up by Carballo. Carballo doesn't have anybody, he's isolated. And I'm just worried they got the advantage. He had his hands on the ground. It's been picked up, change of direction. There are loads of players here. Brice-Doulan, can he get to the ball first? Oh, Malia might have got a knee to the head.
Yeah, but once again, they must have been identify something onto the wing when they analyzed Toulouse, because every time they went into the 22, they tried a chip behind the defense. Maybe because that zone has been isolated in that area of the pitch. But after scoring 3 points, Toulouse gave an opportunity to La Rochelle to come back with 3 more points. It's a good kick first, good pressure on the kickoff.
So you've got to, you know, when you've got Bottier in that position, just to really, you've got to punch into the punch holes, because he will take out 2 or 3 defenders, and then if they can get there quickly, then they've got a good chance to do anything. He was holding up his own body weight. The hands were on the ground, and he had his hands around the player rather than on the ball, hence the reason why we saw the referee blow his whistle. Hugo Rus to make it double figures for La Rochelle. Fight over, and it is a 7-point lead once again. The Marcel Deflon fans enjoying themselves, but waiting patiently for, you know, that moment where they can say, right, we are really hitting that top gear. And so Merling, president, a very nice man as well. If you actually talk, you can go and talk to him any day of the week, and he'll always open for a chat.
I quite admire what like I say at the beginning of the game, I quite admire what he did with this club of La Rochelle.
Oh, picked up by Alban Placine. It was a little bit of a fumble there. And Van takes the ball. Look how far they are. They're very close to the try line. It's been stolen. Boudahon, bulldozing. Gives the ball to Bottier. He stole that ball. He just ripped it out of the hands of the Toulouse player. Found a gap through there. There was Bit concerned about a charge down. Didn't happen. Hastoy did the business. This has gone over. An opportunity here is Brice Dulin once again.
I wouldn't be surprised at halftime if Hugo Mola decided to bring Meafou on, because there's a big lack of power into that team of Toulouse, except a player like Boutignata on the wing. There's not that much Toulouse player today that can bring power when you see like players like Skelton, Botia, Boudéan. Every collision, they're losing it. Even a player like, we can see, it's the second game from Marchand back, because we're expecting him to be a little bit more active into the game.
And here he is, Marchand, just off the top. Placine, Gros, Baptiste-Germain, Fassaleli. Second spell playing for Toulouse, of course, after a big stint playing for an inside pass, and just a mix-up in the read there in the middle of the field. And a shake of the head by the Italian.
It's
fleet-footed Ange Capozzo.
Yeah, even for a great team like Toulouse, it's very difficult to play at La Rochelle if you don't win the collision first. If you're losing the collision, it is very hard to put your rugby in place.
Yeah, no problem.
And this is what we can see in the first half for Toulouse. They suffering into the mauls. Every tackle, every collision, we can see a black and yellow player winning the collision against a white player.
3 minutes remaining. We've got a scrum on the halfway line. Look at the possession there. 60% for La Rochelle, but in the last 10 minutes, 72%. You talked about Mani Meafou. Here he is, ready, warming up, because you just never know when these guys will come on. And you know, Galtier calls them the finishers, les finisseurs.
Yeah.
You know, and it very much is that scenario. Look at this for a scrum, absolutely clinical there. And the ball comes out, Dylan Led's little chip over the top, brings it inside. That is absolutely sublime if he can pick it up. Oh, the hands from Soutani, and into the hands of Botia. Beautiful score, beautiful play, La Rochelle. Leds drove it, and then afterwards that kick, stunning stuff from Soutani. Just bringing the ball backwards into the hands of Botia. That is a solid score there. La Rochelle scoring at a vital time of the game, just 2 minutes before the end of the first half.
Yeah, I would like to see that great move, great scrum first, but I would like to see on the kick if Satani is not in front. Ah, it looks perfect. It looks perfect. It's the first time since 1953 that I see a type of kicks like this. Coup de pied de recentrage, like we used to say in France. But what a movement from the team of La Rochelle. And like we said before, the lack of power perfectly illustrated on that scrum.
Oui, oui, puisqu'on n'a pas de ralenti, on va le checker.
Maybe they want to see again if Sitini is not offside on the kick, I would say.
C'est ça. On repart du jeu au pied, juste. Vu qu'on n'a pas de ralenti à Kim, on va regarder
Well, we
sur le
just
jeu au pied.
checked anyway, so we're
Si
actually...
le centre noir, le joueur casqué noir.
It seemed to me that
He's very quick. He's super quick, Soutani.
Juste vérifier que le 13 noir est
I think it's good, but like maybe they want to check it. But it seemed to me full speed was just like, he's already there. We'll see. Hey, that is.
Demandez un arrêt sur image sur le coup de pied quand même.
It is a little bit tricky.
Ouais, exactement. Pour moi, fais-moi un Hakim, fais-moi un arrêt
I think that looks fine.
Au moment du jeu au pied.
Je vais lui demander.
Ouais,
on peut faire un arrêt sur image.
Pour moi, c'est clairement
au moment du coup de pied.
Clairement même ligne.
Honestly, I'm not really concerned.
I think it's good. It's good.
He's fast. He's a tall guy. He's like 6'3". You know, look how quick he speeds up there. Yeah, okay. I'm glad you checked, ref. That's what he's saying. No, seriously, that was perfectly executed.
Yeah.
That really was. The kick from Leds, just give him credit, because it could have been a chip over the top, but it was a bit of a hook kick because he knew that he had speed coming through the middle.
And you know, when you do that kick, there's no risk. Like best case scenario, you score try. Worst case scenario, you created panic into the close to the line of Toulouse. So it's a good option. And we have also the quick hands after for the pass off to, because you have to control the ball, but also make that good technical job for that player, would make sense for him to perform tonight after the last final. And that's defense of
off again. Lavo this time looks for support. Where's the support coming from? He'll just go straight. Jars the defense in a big way. Hastoy gets it back. There's Souteni again. The offload into the hands of Royce. That's a forward pass to Botia.
Yeah, I think Hugo Mola is going to desperately wait it for the halftime, because they were competing quite okay until the 35th minute, but it's been like 10 minutes, I would say. They've been struggling in every collision, every part of the game. You can see like Mrs. Tackle. The power of the players of La Rochelle is too much for in that first half.
Well, there's the 40 minutes that are up, and you heard the siren go off, of course. La Rochelle in a commanding position. You can never let go of Toulouse until the final whistle's been blown. Especially La Rochelle know this anyway, don't they?
Yeah, it is the only team in the top 14 that knows it. It is La Rochelle.
So a final scrum to wrap up the first half. Anything coming from this, we'll have to wait and see. It collapses. I think O'Gara will be quite happy with this. And got Remy Tallers there, of course, and all of the staff for La Rochelle. That's a clinical first 40. You know, I haven't seen too many mistakes. We've seen a good driving more. We've seen good solidarity and support play. The kicking game's been good. They've been looking dangerous on attack. They've been kicking behind the defensive lines, which have been great.
It's been like a real, like, say, like arm whistling, like on the first half. And in that game, the strength, once again, strength and the power of La Rochelle, make them win at the end of the halftime.
That's that's problematic. That is. Nettie and Antonio not connected on that occasion. You talk about Miafu coming on, and then we were just remember there's this chap on the bench, you know, so you've got to understand that,
you know, playing cards. You have this card, I have this one.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. But also, we shouldn't, like, the team of La Rochelle, the crowd of La Rochelle and French public too, shouldn't be expecting everything from a player like Adri tonight. That's his first game back after a lot of weeks, after tough 3 years of playing a lot of rugby, probably like 30 games each year. So it's going to be a first game back. We'll see what he can do.
Choco Barres. Oh, it's been stolen! Oh, he's quick, isn't he? Nathan Belanger. How about that? Oh, my word. Stolen, pinched, swashbuckled, and he's fired up, isn't he, the youngster? And the 19-year-old just races away unchallenged to score. Try number 3, bonus provisionally in the bag as well. But 2 minutes after the 40-minute buzzer went, look at this pass here. Bati Germain into the hands of Belanger, and he just flies, doesn't he? That is an exquisite piece of Houdini work there.
At the beginning of the year, who would expect him to play that much of game with Jack Noel, Teddy Thomas, and players like this? But now, with the game he's been making for a few weeks, he's a serious option. It's not the most physical player onto the pitch, but like players like Biel Barret, he's very quick, very smart, and the way he plays, it's very great.
You know, that was a freebie, wasn't it? That's like a perfect present going into the into the new year. La Rochelle gets 7 extra points. It's 24-3, and Toulouse very much under pressure. Here we go, second half. La Rochelle with the restarts. Jack Willis.
Yeah, even a player like we say, a player like Julien Marchand, who's been quite quiet in that first half, especially on a jackal, which is the area of the game where he excel. We didn't see him that much. Yeah. Good pressure on that kick. Willis. Oh, and good turnover. Watch out.
Nicely done. Very sneakily stolen there, under a lot of pressure from that kick. And you can just see where Brice Dulin is here. First of all, it's Betonayata. He's there. He goes down to ground. And then after, there's a little bit of cavalry. Was there contact before he touched the ground? It was quite close, but it was okay.
Yeah, that's okay. He's one of the only players of that team of Toulouse, like we say in the first half, who managed to bring some big impact, big contact, but it's quite isolated, to be fair.
Boudin, he's been imperious in the air, on the edge of the 22. So this has gone back in. They'll want to play this. There you go, the front rowers just squaring up against each other. A familiar sight for the gladiator kind battles that take place.
Yeah, and Carvalho, who's organizing his kick to put the pressure away. The ball will be out, probably play quickly. Oh, what a pass.
Oh, there's Soutani who couldn't quite pick it up. That's unfortunate, because that would have been a scenario which wouldn't have really worked in Toulouse's favour. A wild line out that was taken out wide there. But in any case, picked up, made safe, and you can see that Joshua Brennan is the player who's just been tackled. His Rodrigue Netti.
And everything needs to be made again. For Toulouse, they lost a lot of... Oh, watch out, good pressure from the defense of Rochelle. Good pass.
That's a very good pass out wide, picked up there by Capuozzo. He likes to float and dance and try and soar his way through the defenders. Looked like there was a bit of a knock-on, but not spotted by the referee, Monsieur Kerr.
Yeah,
Willis
like
takes the ball forward.
Again, looked like another knock-on indeed, but...
Picked up by Verne. He's talking with his linesman because he said didn't see it, but now...
The third one is a good one.
Yeah, actually going back, and it's happened. It's been spotted, noted, and the reaction is a scrum. Just look at that, it just slips out of his hands, you know.
Yeah.
And afterwards, Soutani, all he needed to do was just get that, one of those little flick touches into the hands of Russ, and they're off again. Not the case. It's a good tackle on Capuozzo, it really is. Didn't get full, did he, Brice Dulin?
It's perfectly defended by Brice Dulin. Show him the inside, tackle it right after,
Keep our eye on the sidelines, because that's where it's all going to happen, I think. You know, we're going to see a bit of movement in the next 10 minutes, depending on who scores next.
I think it's going to be a change, and Toulouse on the next one. I think I saw a white player coming off the bench, and we'll see what it is. Imagine, huh? Reus, born in 2004, when we know that we have Ntamak, 1998, Jalibert, also young.
Absolutely.
That's one thing you can be sure with the GIF rule in France that allowed a young player to express themselves.
They need to continue marching. They're going to get a penalty from this La Rochelle. Boudin once again. He absolutely loves it, doesn't he? Paul Crowe finding it difficult to bring him down. And the giant number 8's back rower doing really well. Oh, the attempted little chip through. He had the advantage. So the idea was a good one. But we'll go back to the penalty.
We talk a lot about Winnie Antonio because, of course, he's such a massive player. But what about Reda Wardi? Coming from Béziers in Pro D2 and since La Rochelle, he's such a solid player. Very modern, good in the set piece. Of course, his lift, his scrum, powerful scrummager. But the way he plays, tackle hard, he can carry the ball. He's a very, very good player.
Well, look at this. Teddy Choma comes on for Boulanger. Just look at what he's produced. This was his run. Strong run, making the ball available. Good in the air, snatches the ball out of the air and goes on one of those dancing moves. And then this, the interception and the Superman dive over the line.
Yeah, what a game, and we can see we could see on his face his frustration a little bit to go out, because of course for a winger to get out of the pitch at 44 minutes, but also it was a good test for him. And
now let's see what's happening here. Driving maul once again. This is where they are super dangerous. Carvalho trying to orchestrate it. He needs a little bit of support. They've got the advantage because their player's in offside position. Jack Willis needs to get out of there. And he's just hogging the limelight there. Penalty it is for La Rochelle.
Smiling probably on the Will Skilston slaps. Was quite funny.
You know that he was being held in there.
Yeah.
You know, there were legs on him. He was clamped down because that's what players do. If you see that there's a player who's collapsed on the wrong position, you know, and he's like sort of getting in the way, and it's an offence, he'll be held down there as long as possible.
Definitely. But it's really they really can't find a solution to defend those mauls. Team of La Rochelle, team of Toulouse, sorry.
There you go. You've got to pamper the wonderful, the stars of the future. The American, loose head, tight head, whatever he is, head, hooker, David Enu coming on. God, he's turning into a top quality scrummager now. This is the perfect lineup. Look at where Boudon is. Look at the big boys. You've got Cancoria on one side. You've got Skelton on the other. This is surely going to end with a try. Carvalho peels off the back. Willis meets him, greets him, and tries to, well, just snatch the ball. Skelton's down on the ground, gets back up. They've got another advantage. Here's Wadi.
Yeah, they have it on the early push on that defense of maul. Like in the first half.
Oh, it's an interception, but there's nothing that's going to happen there.
And it's exactly the same scenario as the first half. 2 mauls in a row, 2 penalties in a row, and watch out. He's going to wham Julien Marchand again.
Si vous voulez arbitrer, ça tombe bien, on en cherche. Donc on en parlera après contre. Par contre, là, vous êtes joueur. Donc vous restez dans le match. Okay?
I'm being told he's not the referee.
He said, if you want a ref.
Sur le bol, c'est quoi la faute? C'est sous le sauteur alors qu'il a encore en l'air. Et ici, pour nous, le ballon n'est pas sorti.
There you go, jumper, just
donc la discipline, s'il vous plaît, capitaine.
Contact with the jumper in the air, and then, of course, players in the legal position around the driving maul, which eventually collapsed. I mean, you know, the list is like the Dead Sea Scrolls, I think, you know, it's just like goes on forever. There's the kick into touch.
It's fun what Ludovic said to Carvalho. If you're a ref, we're actually looking for ref in France, so you're more than welcome.
But just look at all of the quality players there. Hugo Mola sat down in the dugout, which means that, you know, he's kind of deflated a little bit. Here's Lesbiok, Lavo once again. Look how well structured. They're like Roman centurions. It's surely going to end with a try unless the resistance continues. Fantastic work. And look at that from Toulouse. Give them full credit.
Finally, it is a good defense. It seems like number 19 is Castro Ferreira.
Yeah, he's just come on for Alban Placine.
It is a good defense, a good maul defense.
J'aurais sifflé, capitaine, sinon. Juste bien le lifter, ok? Bien le lifter.
But,
bon, ça va aller.
Yeah. They had to go. It's good defense, but that's a player of Toulouse who went out. So once again, let's go back. Again to defend them all.
Lesbiok. Lavo once again. Bottia's there. Skelton tries to make it available. Carvalho picks it up. A little bit of butterfingers there, but they've managed to keep their hands on the ball. Leads to Wadi. Ball comes out once again. Oh, it's a big charge coming in from Antonio. The big boys getting involved. Inside pass. Oh, smashed down there. Dylan Leeds. Great defence there from Toulouse. Need to get their hands on it. Wadi once again. Skelton.
It's a couple of great tackles from Brennan, the youngster. Very low, very efficient.
Boudon. They're coming up very quick to hit the man with the first phase play. Souteni running into a little bit of trouble. This Toulouse defence working their magic. It's operational at the moment.
It is a good defense from Toulouse on a few phases. We can see them winning collision
A little bit of momentum. It's good work once again. Will Skelton.
No.
David Anu getting involved but unable to jackal the ball. Cancorier. Good support play from La Rochelle. Carballo goes. Turns his body in that direction. That's a good move, that is. That's a good charge as well. Levani Bottia this time. And players trying to get their hands on it. Jack Will is so close to getting a jackal there. There's a player down. I think it's Skelton back up on his feet. They continue to go again. And we're going to go back to the penalty. And it's Fasalele who's called out for being in an offside position.
It's starting to be very hard. Oh,
they go. Teddy Thomas, here we go. And there's Brice Dulin getting the ball out. It's surely going to end with a try. Oh, brilliant stuff there. Dylan Ladd's second try of the season. Cuts inside and just catches out the last defender. And afterwards, the momentum takes him over. The South African hitman with a fourth try for La Rochelle as they increase their lead to 29-3.
Yeah, perfectly done, perfectly played by La Rochelle. There's so many pressure onto the team of Toulouse. At one stage, they break. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Grégory Aldrit, after that try, to coming off the pitch to put it a little bit more pressure on Toulouse, on that great momentum. La Rochelle is everywhere tonight. But what about the work done by the forwards tonight, especially in the mauls? We knew that we talk a lot about B team of Toulouse. Of course, there's great players on the pitch, but when you play the A team of La Rochelle, it's very tough to compete if you don't have your full strength.
You know, it's true, isn't it? When you know this is a strong squad that they've brought out. They obviously don't have the likes of Dante, who will be out for a few weeks, of course, after that offence. And there's the kick. He's just pulled a little bit wide. First miss of the night, but 29-3, the scoreline. Quick reaction there from Lids. The way that he just cut inside to get rid of Capuozzo was beautiful, because you know that you've got a very quick, fleet-footed Italian winger who's going to come in and try and go low and bring you down. He just had to move very quickly. Talk of the devil, the Italian is just headed off, replaced here by Luca Tauzin.
Ouais, c'est bon, comme vous voulez.
Cancorier, the former Clermontois.
Solid game from the back row tonight. Also, what about the work for all the back row tonight, like Bottia, Cancorier, and Boudéan?
I can't pick out any of the forwards who haven't played, haven't performed tonight, to be honest with you. Lavo's been strong, Antonio. Les Bjork has been solid with the set pieces as well. Wadi has been, very active. And then, I mean, there's still lots of rugby to be played. Let's see what Toulouse have got to offer. The ball, it's an interception. Astoy sees the ball bounce and picks it up, cuts inside, gets brought down, they go again. Lots of players out wide. Oh, the direction. It should have been a different direction there, because there's too much traffic down this left side. Hugo Rust just maybe lacking a bit of peripheral vision there. Here he goes, getting the ball out. Teddy Thomas cuts inside.
Yeah, that's not the smartest move of his career.
Lovely kick through.
Watch out.
An opportunity here.
Ooh, yeah, good tackle.
Malia, he chucks the ball out. Oh, spillage there from Tauzin. Tauzan's been brought down. He still manages to kick the ball. That's a good clearance kick under a lot of pressure.
Let's defend another maul again. It's too much for Toulouse tonight.
It's very rare that you get to see Toulouse scramble and shake at the back. It's a good game from La Rochelle to put them on the back foot.
But to be honest now, like, it's been a little bit tough for teams like Toulouse and La Rochelle because of the World Cup, and here it is.
So Grégory Aldrit makes his first entrance to replace that man, Judicael Cancorier. A standing ovation for one of the leaders of this La Rochelle team, but also a leader in the French team. His first match since that quarter-final exit against the Springboks in the Rugby World Cup, and his first clash since the final of the top 14 on the 17th of June, when Toulouse managed to beat La Rochelle 29-26. He's back, and he's ready to react.
Yeah, once again, a good maul has been constructed. Oh, watch out.
Driving maul, they're going in the right direction. Oh, has it been crashed over? Has that been grounded? It looks like it has. The referee not 100% sure, but there was a lot of rolling taking place. Botia claims that he's got his second try. He's smiling as if he's produced another assassin-style move. Yeah. We'll just wait until we actually get the TMO reaction, but it might be try number 5 for La Rochelle.
Donc juste regardez ce touche en but, on va repartir de la touche sur le mol.
Ok, pas de décision terrain, on va contrôler.
C'est ça. Le ballon a clairement franchi la ligne.
Boudouin once again just making sure that that is 100% safe. It got turned a little bit, good work from there, but did he just roll over from that driving maul? He was at the front.
Here it is.
I don't think there was, you know, 2 moves. He rolls over, and is that... He's grounding the ball. Oh, I think that's downward pressure there.
Yeah.
That looks like it's a try.
Looks like a try, definitely.
J'attends tous les angles, je vais voir si on a un autre angle, bouge pas.
Hey, Ludovic Kerr said, I don't see clearly grounded. Well, looks good.
Do you see White on the line? It's not on the line, or is it on the line? That would have to be the moment, because he's rolling over, right? And then that's like sort of it's not an extension. He's just continually rolling sideways.
They can't see.
It has to be the first grounding.
Yeah, that's what they say. They can't see clearly when they ground the ball if it's before on the line. Yeah, the try won't be good.
Ça me va, je suis d'accord.
Well, that's fantastic defensive play there from Paul Gray. I think we need to look at the defensive play there from the Toulouse number 9, because he did an amazing job there.
Yeah, definitely.
I think there's a couple of players who are about to come on. Thio and Tamac. We've got Joel Merkler as well. Cramon comes on for Marchand. He's a big guy, Joel Merkler, Spanish international.
Yeah, and you know what? I thought Merfou would be on the pitch quicker.
Nepo Lalala not having a great game today. Pretty, right, I mean, it was complicated, wasn't it? All you're doing is scrummaging, really. And
but didn't really manage to impose his body and his strength onto the collisions too. Oof, there's a good tackle from Manu.
Or Skelton, and there's a clash of heads. Fasalele, he's dazed as well. Skelton.
I thought he was like badly injured
earlier on,
but it seems to be a good tackle from Manu. Probably maybe concussion suspicion from the ref. We'll see it again. Oh, yeah. I think I wouldn't be surprised it could be a red card. Yeah, this one from Lavo. I think Lavo knows it. It's a shoulder in the head on the player on the ground.
Le déblayage, ensuite on va regarder le 5 noir. Ok. Je demande les images.
We'll see here. Oof. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a red card.
Wait a sec, let's just have a look, see if he's got in on the head.
He is definitely on the head.
It's the shoulder and the head, isn't it?
Yeah. On the player on the ground.
I think we need to see slow with that, just to see the contact.
Celui-là, il est un arrêt sur image sur le point de contact.
Oh.
Yeah, that's shoulder in the head. That's a red card.
Le joueur blanc, il est déjà au sol, il bouge pas.
Yeah.
Pour moi, c'est le joueur qui déblaye qui vient
It's a sitting duck scenario, isn't it? And it's a bit of a cheap shot, to be honest with you.
Avec le grand angle, on a épaule dans la tête.
You've got to be super careful with that.
Yeah, it is a clear red card.
Si on peut le mettre à vitesse réelle.
I'm surprised, like you say, he's hitting a player on the ground.
Là, on est toujours au ralenti.
Ouais,
on va attendre.
Il y a épaule dans la tête, pour moi, clairement, il le vise en plus.
Yeah.
Donc j'ai
Like he
contacté la
said,
tête.
he's targeting him.
Jeu déloyal. J'ai un degré de danger qui est élevé. À vitesse réelle, il y a de la vitesse. Pour moi, c'est carton rouge.
Yeah. There's no doubt. The second one is more tricky because that's tackle on Skelton. On the second tackle, because of the first tackle, he's hitting him a bit quite hard. So it would be like a
yellow.
I would say in English, la circonstance atténuante. Circumstances that we low down the degree of the card.
Yeah, no, for sure, but we need to just see it. Let's see it first of all.
It's a great tackle, and then it's going to the...
But there's contact in the head, see.
Yeah.
And that's, he didn't look good, Skelton, when he got the hit, and he can cope with everything. He looked like he really did hit a hammer. Look, watch. So they've got 2 red cards here, then,
I think we can have 2 red cards here.
Skelton looks, but he looks like he didn't look all right when he hit the deck. And Fasalele's a big guy. That's like a...
But like
a swinging arm, isn't it, basically?
But like the referee says to his assistant, it seems like the zone, the contact in the head is because, yeah, it's the factor of the first tackle that makes the contact of Fasalele onto the head. If that's the circumstances that will low down the degree of the
phase de jeu au sol, on a un joueur qui est clairement au sol, qui bouge pas, ok.
Gêne le déblayage.
Non, mais exactement, non, il est sur la gauche du ballon, ok, il gêne pas. Votre joueur, il vient le chercher, épaule dans la tête, il y a de la vitesse, ça sera carton rouge contre votre joueur. Ensuite, ici, on a également un plaquage, on a le bras exactement dans la tête de votre 5. Par contre, on a une dynamique de plaquage qui est changée parce qu'on a un premier plaquage. Donc ça sera carton jaune contre le 5 blanc. Donc vous m'appelez votre joueur, et vous pareil.
So Fasalele gets a yellow card.
Là, il arrive avec de la vitesse, épaule dans la tête.
Just with the degree of danger is a little bit less, they're saying.
Ouais, vous c'est rouge.
Yeah.
But Lavo gets a red. Minute 54 will be remembered by both coaches.
Yeah.
Non, on reste sur la forme la plus élevée, sur le carton rouge.
Yeah, but he knows it, and there's nothing to say about that. And it's too bad because he was having a wonderful game, Lavo. But like Aldrid said, when Ludovic Kerr is hitting someone to the ground, Aldrid say, yeah, someone that was in the wrong position, you know, because he wanted the ball. But he say, but you can avoid him. Like you don't need to hit him in the face with his shoulder.
Listen, the moment that you can actually see someone and you're going in the direction, you know, it's kind of premeditated.
Definitely.
Here we go, Toulouse line out, and the attack begins. Guitoun, this is the kind of moment that you just sense that Toulouse will try and take advantage of. There's the kick through, and it's not a bad kick either. Goes out of play, Brice Dulin has the ball, and it's going to be a La Rochelle line out.
And we'll see how La Rochelle will help without the line-out leader, who is Lavo, who's the one who's making the calls.
Well, you've got to have a plan B, but you've also got I think you've got Aldred who's come in now. So I mean, you know, he's obviously taken over as the.
I would say maybe
as the man in charge.
Maybe Boudéon.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll see. Yeah, Boudéon is the one that you see. Oof, yeah.
And taken well by Aldred. That's not coming out, is it? He's been told to get out of there. They're in illegal position coming around Clement Verne.
It's very cynical from Verne. He could see him face to face, Ludovic Kerr, and say no, and he's still doing it.
He shakes his head, you know. I mean,
how can you do that for? Even if you're young, you just look, you can see the ref in front of you saying no, don't do this.
Yeah, but he's making the gesture. Get back.
Don't do this, son.
Get back to where you're meant to be, son. So look where number 4 is there, Clermont-Vert. He's getting right in, and he's getting into an illegal position the moment that Aldrit hits there, and that's where the referee does, like, he's already looking up saying, am I legal or illegal, or am I legal or illegal?
Yeah.
I think everybody knows.
Everyone.
Charlie Latu coming on, 15-capped Australian, former Stade Francais player. Had a few issues at Stade Francais, got released, but he's back. And honestly, when he wants to play, he can be one of the best hookers in the business.
Yeah, definitely one of the best jackler into the business. Solid, good for, I would say good for no straight on the first one, yeah. But he's a very, very good player.
And the crazy thing is, if ever there's a player who's got legs the same size as Joshua Tuisova, I think probably he falls into that category nearly. little bit smaller, but
he's just such a stocky player.
Dimitri Delib comes on, another wonderful player, and to replace Betoniata. Scored a couple of tries last weekend against Toulon, looking very strong. One try against Toulon last weekend, but and one that was not given. Thomas Bergeon's come on at 9 for La Rochelle.
Flexion. Allez, on vient de rentrer. Allez, on trouve la distance de suite. Allez.
It's interesting to see Georges-Henri Colombe lose it prop. The man who's usually most part of the time, not to say every time, tied at prop. And it's even if it has the word prop, it's definitely not the same position. It's like number 12 and number 13. It's the center, but it's quite different, and especially even more in scrum.
And you know, there's it's gone down, isn't it?
When such a solid player like him, it's actually easier to come from tied prop to lose it prop. To the opposite, come from lose it prop to tied head prop.
I mean, it's the most technical position on the pitch, the tight head prop.
So that's why it's easier to move from tight head to lose it.
Well, David Enou as well, he's capable of changing sides as well. And honestly, when you've got a player who's capable of doing that, you've got like a
so precious.
You've
golden card.
You've got gold. Yeah, you definitely have. You got the Willy Wonka golden ticket, haven't you?
It's like a Sekou Makalu card. He can play back row and winger, or like a Levani Botia card.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Delane coming on for Skelton. That's a big shift, that is, for Will Skelton. Very important shift tonight for La Rochelle. Might see him a bit later on, but 58 minutes. The jackling, the work rate, but also the structure within those driving mauls, because without him in there, honestly, there's less protection. He basically cuts out the light for about 3 or 4 players. He's such a colossal giant player, but the strength that he has, he really makes sure that those set pieces work really well. Bottier picks the ball up. There's the drive coming from La Rochelle. It's the 6s and 7s. They're still going. Great work. And it is their man Latu at the back. Bergeon picks it up. Souteni, where are we going to go? Roos. They got a bit of depth. They got a bit of a... Well, they don't have too many options there. Brice Dulin just running into a little bit of trouble. Teddy Thomas, nice inside pass, a sneaky one into the hands of Latu. Excellent running there from Delane. Bergeon, Souteni keeps hold of the ball, does really well despite the tackle. And Bergeon change of direction. And Delane working really well. They've got a lot of depth. This is a great attacking position. This is Hastori gets himself involved. Ball comes back out, a little bit of a wild pass. Under pressure here. Oh, Teddy Thomas, where's he going to go? Where's he going to go? He straightens up. Well, right into the heart of the action. Brought down as he leapt into the two defenders. Is Roos trying to kick the ball through? It's a little bit too close, or is it? That's not bad at all. Kept in. You can pick that up, and that is going to be a try. Absolutely remarkable. Dylan Lads may have got himself an incredible 5-pointer. I don't know if the linesman's reacted, but that would be extraordinary if it's been given.
Ok, ta décision de terrain, c'est essai, parce que le joueur est en touche, mais il tape le ballon qui n'a pas franchi le plan vertical.
Ouais, moi je vois pas le ballon franchir le plan vertical.
Ok. Ouais, pour moi, il y a touche, clairement. Pour moi, il y a touche.
Yeah, that's out.
Non, attends.
So his left foot's on the ground as he kicks the ball. You know, it's not like where you have players coming from the other side of the paint trying to jump up in the air and flick the ball back, and then they land in play. He was very visibly out of the wrong side of the paint, but it was worth a go.
That would have been
pretty impressive.
Yeah, an interesting try.
Cramon off the top, Merkler.
Looks like William Savath's son.
It
looks the same.
It's
solid as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good kick.
Monitored, marshalled there by Brice Toulouse, halfway line. Grau does the business there with the clearance kick. That's a really good effort. Look at that kick there from Roos, though. Wobbles, bounces. That would have been an extraordinary score if that was if he wasn't out of play. Fans reacted.
Toulouse player, they were pointing out the line out to say the ball was out, but they were not even sure. Really, really sure.
Nice line out. That's delaying really working well. Oh, they've got an overlap here. It's a great opportunity. Teddy Thomas, what's he going to do? Runs straight into Malia, gets past his man. Guitoun still moving forward, finally hits the deck. Bergeron gets the ball out. Hugo Russ, we haven't really seen him attack that Toulouse defence. The tackler turns into the robber and penalised. He's been Guitoun. So it will be...
On reste pas à 10 mètres sur la touche, montée anticipée.
Yeah, great round from Teddy Thomas.
Ici sur la touche, on reste pas à 10 mètres.
Managed to win like pretty much a 50-meter. Yeah, and they're going to go to the corner, of course. They'll try with, one man down, because will Toulouse have... Nah, there's still another 2 minutes to go for Toulouse to get fast and get back. Yeah, that's an anticipated defense from Toulouse. They were offside. Yeah, what a run. 1-on-1 against Malia.
Latu with the line outs. Goes high, off the top, Boudahon. Bottia's got it. And there Latu at the back. Perfect scenario, still shifting, still moving forward. That's 7 meters out. Bergeron's waiting. He's saying, Latu, give it to me now. This is the time. Here's Soutani, inside pass. He's got a great acceleration baton that he presses every time that he wants to move forward. Bottia this time, low gravity, and up towards the 5 meter line. Needs a little bit of extra support here, Boudahon, because you're going to see a couple of jackalers. Look at that, great work. Oh, got the advantage. Hastoy dodges the big bullet there.
That's stupid.
Bergeron, that's a beautiful piece of play. Unable to find a little keyhole over the line. Still moving forward. And La Rochelle laying on the pressure. Brice Toulouse there, use the forwards.
It's going to be at least a yellow card. That's 3 penalties in a row on the same action.
Yeah, absolutely. Latu's there. You need to get out of there. That's not for you, sir. Castor Ferreira trying to get his hands on it. Here we go. Hugo Russ gets the ball out. Long pass over the top. Oh, Bottier just been snagged marginally. Good chance for Teddy Thomas to get his hands on it. And a good protection Dylan Leds, a wild pass. Hugo Rus, here they go. What are they going to do? Oh, Suteni gets around his man. That's nicely done. Look what he does. He is absolutely majestic when he wants to go on a little bit of a wander. They got the advantage here as well. Now's a chance. Little kick through. That is brilliant. Oh, that might be a penalty. Try, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But the fact that Hastoy saw the gap, no one behind, he runs into a player, the player doesn't move. Yeah, this is going to be a card of some kind, surely.
Yeah, the last action there wasn't a penalty, but there was 4 penalties in a row in the same action. For sure it's going to be. And Toulouse, who managed to facilitate, was back. It's going to switch position with someone, because for sure one of the Toulouse players will go to the bin. Not even. Surprising.
Now Toulouse can get potentially their 15th player back. Alexandre Quintilia has come on as well. Hastoy kicks for the corner. A little bit surprising that there was no player.
I was surprised too. Yeah, definitely. You can hear Bobo say to the sideline, say, Gregory, say to the ref that 16 penalties against 5.
Right.
Which I can understand.
Sir Alexandre Quintilia coming on, the Georgian 21-year-old. Real interesting player as well. Boudehon. They're still on their feet, they're still moving forward. Latou's trying to smuggle the ball out of his hands, it drops. And Bergeron picks it up under a little bit of pressure. Now you've got all of the Cramon and the Toulouse players. It's going to be a Toulouse scrum. A little bit messy on that occasion. It was kind of rushed, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree completely. But at one stage, Toulouse find the solution also to defend those mauls after conceded tries and penalties. They brought the good intensity and technique to collapse the small.
Scrum it is. New recruit Alexandre Quintilia, the former Lalo Saracens player from Tbilisi. Yeah. Incredible strength, and played in the Didi 10 last season as an 18-year-old, to really provide us with some interesting rugby. That's a penalty for Toulouse. And an under-18s Georgian international.
Yeah.
And under-20s as well, of course, played at in South Africa, of course, in June 2021. But a great player, and we'll see a lot of what he's capable of doing, although he just got pinged for that scrum.
And he got pinged for this one, but he's a quite similar, like, you can see there's a prototype of Tadej Prop in La Rochelle. You must be 1.90 m and at least 130 kilograms, because when you see Jean-Henri Colombe, Quintilia and Antonio.
Yeah. But I'd say, and the rest, 197, 135 kilos. You just don't mess around with players like him.
Definitely.
And that front line, I mean, you know, you wouldn't want to go anywhere near it.
Nah.
It's enormous. Malia, Delib just going forward. Teddy Choma bringing him down. Good defensive tackle there just to bring him down to the ground. Big charge here from Ntema. He's just met Quintilia. There he is, still with the ball in his hands. Oh, wild pass. Just expect there's going to be someone there, and Malia forced to kick. Now, this is an interesting scenario.
It's weird to say, but we can say because it happens so few times, there's nothing to take back from this game for Toulouse so far.
Into the broken play. Malia getting involved is Clément Verne. He meets Georges-Henri Colombe. Bati Germain running into a little bit of trouble. His name is Boudehon, and they got to release him now. Fasilele back on after his 10 minutes in the sin bin.
What a game from Boudehon tonight too. Him again, big tackle.
Flip tackle. And Toulouse just go. They wanted to get moving, of course. Oh, Bottier, that's brilliant play. Just see him come in. He absolutely darted down. There's nothing you can say apart from bravo, guys. You know, that was just that was sensational.
Just spider that came out of his hole, onto the ball.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start calling him the wolf spider, you know, or the trapdoor spider. There you go. He just comes in,
all of a sudden,
hands on the ball, and
it's finished. You can, even if you bring a full-speed Pula Fasalele to clean him,
you'll be in those wildlife documentary series, you know. He's the one that's sort of, you know, faster than the blink of an eye.
Remember the first season he's made into the club when the La Rochelle went pretty too, when they won the final against Pau.
Yeah,
he scored, I think, 2 tries in that final, 1 or 2 tries, break the line so many times. We're just like, who's that 21 years old Fijian center?
Yeah.
Such a beast, such a powerful player.
And a player to have come right through the whole, you know, system from Pro D2 coming up into the top 14 with Winnie Antonio, of course, Roman Sazi. You know, these players. Sazi, of course, recently retired, but you know they've just been around. He deserves everything that he gets from the public. They love him here. Cancoria comes back on. Such an important player for La Rochelle in everything that they've won. You know, there's 2 European trophies.
Oh. Yeah. Gregory Aldrit just have a welcome back hugging top 14. That's pretty much normal. After a bit of a rest, even if you Greg Aldrit, it will take a little bit of a time to come back. Like I say, it's not because it's Greg Aldrit, you should put in pressure on him and expect him to perform straight away.
No, it takes time.
It takes time, for sure.
Joshua Brenner with a bit of a dead leg, it looks like, after getting a big hit there. He's a hard boy as well.
Yeah. How can't you be a hard boy with a dad once again?
It's in the DNA, isn't it?
Yeah. Dad, I want to play 10. Nah, you're going to play second row, son.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah. You'll follow in my footsteps.
Yeah. And if you can't play second row, you can play prop. His brother.
Yeah, that's right.
He's a great player too. And this player, Willis, too, quite an impressive 10 first minutes. We could see him every break, but straight minutes after minutes, like all his teammates, got a little bit of shutdown. The power of La Rochelle.
But just talking with the, you know, with Clement Poitrenaud and you know, the staff, he's just settled in there. He's really trying to learn the language. He understands the system. He's well liked around, you know, in the group of players. He really has found his feet there, Jack Willis. Such a good player as well. You kind of have to be good to play at Toulouse, don't you? You have to have something anyway.
A little bit.
Thomas Bergeon.
Yeah, scrum is not stable. Ref is going to require stability before the introduction.
Bonne stabilité. Ouais, mais en fait, je l'ai dit tôt, du coup, je vous attends, c'est pour ça. Elle est pour moi, elle est pour moi.
8 minutes to go, 29-3. No tries for Toulouse. I think this is the lowest score that we've seen that Toulouse have had since the start of the season. In fact, it's they haven't scored a try. They've got 3 points on the scoreboard, and that basically tells you this is a massive performance for La Rochelle. Problems all over the place, picked up by that man, Aldrit. Aldrit straight into the heart of the action. Not 10 meters, picks it up, Bergeon into the hands of Hugo Rust. They got lots of interesting players on the pitch now. Let's see what they can do. Hastoy will be outside, but first of all it comes to Cancore, who barges into the Toulouse defense. They go back this time, Souteni, but he's such a dangerous player, teasing and provoking a reaction from the Toulouse back defensive line. Latu into traffic. Bristoulan. And no real advantage, pushed back by a few meters. Teddy Thomas hovering, waiting to tap that and get moving, but La Rochelle would love to get these 5 points because it moves them up into 8th position on 25. Just 2 points behind Toulouse and 3 points behind 6th place Cast. They'll play Perpignan next week, of course. Tomorrow, I mean. That's the high tackle.
Another maul to defend for Toulouse.
Fred Charrier watches on it.
Yeah.
It's okay, it went backwards, not a problem. Aldrich trying to make that available. That could have been jackled there by David Inu. Boudahon once again. Cancourier. It's just not, it's a little bit messy at the moment. They just need a little bit more protection of the ball. Latu trying to get himself a little bit of a gap and a passageway through.
It's been actually a few minutes indeed. It's been messy. Even La Rochelle struggled to find his rugby back. Line-out hasn't been as clean as in the first half, especially when Lavo is being out.
Well, there was a big gaping hole over there in the back behind the Toulouse defence, but no one's got their hands on the ball. There's Teddy Thomas caught in the catchment net of this Toulouse defence. Delane gets it out. Quintelia. Teddy Thomas. George-Henri Colombe. A little bit of a wrestling match there. Bergeon. A 2. Well, Malia, you can't do that.
Yeah.
He's going to get a yellow card because you just can't do that, can you? He's the tackler, he tries to get back up, but he's, you know, you've got to go back out to come back in. You can't just get up onto your feet and just jackal.
Once again, nothing went well tonight for Toulouse. Set piece, discipline.
There's 3 yellow cards as well,
yeah,
Remy.
It is a lot.
Off his feet, still holding the player, going back down. You know what I mean?
Very cynical. It seems like La Rochelle crowd doesn't really like Hugo Mola. Every time he gets in on the screen, he gets booed.
Listen, it's okay, you know what I mean? Let's just... There's a little bit of rivalry between some of the coaches in France, of course, you know what I mean? Ronan O'Gara, Christophe Urios, they don't really see eye to eye.
There's not that much coaches that see eye to Ronan O'Gara, to be fair. He doesn't really want to, either.
It's like the guilty schoolboy, doesn't he?
Definitely. I did not look for a while.
He's not going to be... He'll be in that coat for a few matches.
Yeah.
After cynically treading on a player last weekend. Here we go. La Rochelle looking for try number 5. Bergeon off the back. When's he going to get hold of it? Souteni once again. And this is not a bad pick up there from Bristoulan. He needs a couple of options. Teddy Thomas doesn't have much space to do what he likes to do, producing the fancy footwork. Latu.
What a good line.
It's a good pass. It's a good running line as well, you're right.
Oh.
Quintelia chucks the ball back. It's been picked up by Roos. Here they go. Hastoy, where's he going to go? A little bit of a mismatch.
Tried to play with George-Henri Colombe, but he wasn't the best option to support.
Bergeon. Calm, nice little flick. Oh, Boudahon, look at him. Carrying the ball forward, cutting inside. Bergeon gets the ball out. George-Henri Colombe. Can he get the ball over? No, he can't. Good tackle there by the Toulouse defence. Another chance. Picking up and trying to clamber over. Delane's there. If they can get the ball out to the big Irishman, might be in a good position. Oh, it's Cancourier! corner. And he may have scored, unless the linesman's got to say something about that. Yeah, it's I think he's out, right?
Yeah, I think it looks like he's out. It would be a good thing for him or Boudéan to reward them for the great game. What a great line from Toulouse too.
La prochaine fois que vous me faites une remarque comme ça, ok, il reste 3 minutes, c'est dehors.
Here it is.
Oh, it might be okay. He kind of falls down on the ball, doesn't he? No, the decision's already been made. He didn't go up to the TMO though, did he, Monsieur Kerr? Unless they're looking now. The clock is still stopped.
I think they're going to check it.
Yeah, he said, tu veux contrôler un coup?
Hakim, on va contrôler, il y avait une touche, décision de terrain, touche pour Adrien. Donc on va juste regarder s'il aplatit. Fais-moi un arrêt sur image quand il aplatit.
Why not?
Ouais, puis il est à la base du poteau, donc il peut pas, il y a touche.
Non, non.
Attends.
Non, il a... Exactement.
So he's falling on the corner flag, and then it goes down. So it's going to be a kick out for Toulouse, in fact, which is the right call.
You know what? To be honest, I'm always lost with that rule because the base of the post is part of the thing. The top of the post is out, and I wonder why some people got lost in rugby sometimes. If you jump out but you bring the ball in, that's fine. But if you jump in, you bring the ball back, it's come on.
Here we go. Straight down the middle. Greg Aldred, Merkler drives him back a metre. Cancorier, God, the work rate, he's just been super physical. Again. Oh, he's still going, that's brilliant play. Fantastic surge of strength there from the big man. Oh, given away. Grau kicks the ball down. That's nice and neatly done, but honestly, they're going to get possession. There's no 50-22. It's just outside of the 22. Look at that. You know, that's incredible. We're at the 78th minute. He's been off a couple of times for a few minutes, but basically he's been present for pretty much all the match, and he's still capable of producing that strength. He must be absolutely exhausted.
Yeah, like you mentioned, exactly, Robbie. It's just like he doesn't do this at the first minute, 78th minute, close to the end of the game, and he's been doing this for the whole game.
Line outs won by Delane. Latu's at the well, he's still as Cancorier, just carrying the ball. It's collapsed. Didn't come out. Scrum, and you know, there's like a lull in energy now because it's a done deal.
Yeah,
and
it's being a messy second half. Even if for Ronan O'Gara, I'm not really sure there's a lot of things to get back from this second half.
1 minute, allez!
They really don't like him here.
I think there's still a bit of anger from the last final, probably.
It never happened before, so it's actually quite interesting to have that here now. It's going to become a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Until they win the Brennus and beat Toulouse at the Stade de France or wherever. Well, it's finished, and this is the last play.
Yes. Tilly, si à la berge, attention. À la berge. À la berge. La berge. La berge.
Flexion.
taken off the back. Theo and Timac.
Yeah, good run from the youngster, but great jackal from...
Parfait, merci.
Oh no, he didn't manage to get the ball.
Great tackle. Good strong tackle there from Soutani. There's the jackal, they're off again, and it's this man, Cancorrier. Standout performance from the big flanker.
There's great
they don't need to play this. Oh, bit of butterfingers, Brice Toulon. What do you want to do here? Yeah, got to release him, his legs on the ground. They want to finish this off, or they just want to kick it out. I don't know. There's a little dinky chip, why not? Hastoy. Oh, there's a little tussle there. Delib picks it up. He's very quick. He's very dangerous. Oh, that's a big hit there coming on Choco Barres. And Delib picks up in the midfield. Delib goes again. Tries to make it available. 6 meters out. The ball's been chucked out wide. They're going to finish off with a try. Oh, no, Cramon. And there's the try. He does get it finally. And Clement Verne is the man who offers Toulouse a 5-pointer. It doesn't change anything. It just gives them a little positive at the end of what has been a pretty miserable outing for Toulouse here at Marcel de Flandre. And they should have kicked it away. They should have just got rid of it.
Say, kick it out, kick it out.
Wonderful running there from Delib.
What a tackle from Brice Dulin, so close to the line.
And a chance for Paty Germain to finish off this, at least give them double figures and not make it just a one-sided scoreline. Looks a little bit better, but still. Oh, Baptiste Germain misses the extras, but it doesn't matter because Greg Aldrit is back. But more importantly, La Rochelle have provided us with a resurrection. The final score, 29 points to 8. La Rochelle are back, 5 points in the bag, a bonus point victory with this man back in the fold, back in business.